Hey, and welcome to my journey. Today's video is weigh-in. Insert eye roll. I ain't happy this week, and I'm going to tell you why. I just ain't happy at all. I weighed in at 312.6 for a gain of 6 pounds even, and that puts me back to 64.5. I ain't happy because I didn't earn 6 pounds. 2 pounds? Yeah, I'd have said, okay, I earned it. 6 pounds I didn't earn. Here is what dawned on me this morning when I seen that weight. I'm like, okay, you didn't eat no 6 pounds worth of food this week to cause no 6 pound gain. Dawned on me. I quit taking Ozempic. Say it right. Ozempic. That's what it is. I figured, why waste my money if I'm going to have weight loss surgery just for how many weeks until then? I'm not going to. I didn't know if it was helping or not, and I kind of figured, oh, it's got to be helping me not gain. Those weeks when I went off the rails and I only gained like 1 pound or 2 pounds, I even lost weight. I'm like, okay, it must be keeping me from gaining the weight. So maybe had I eaten right, I would have lost weight. That's what I was thinking. But since I didn't lose weight, it's like these people you read on this Facebook group, it's like, oh, I started in January and I've lost 80 pounds. No, that's hard to believe. Well, it wasn't happening to me. That's for sure. It was not happening to me. But it dawned on me this morning, I quit taking it. Therefore, I didn't have that little extra cushion that obviously was helping me. So I think had I still been on it, maybe it would have only been 2 pounds. Maybe it would have held back that extra 4 pounds. But you know what? I'm not going to sit here and just completely, go crazy over it. It's just, it is what it is. I'm not trying to gain weight. I'm trying to eat right. This week, nowhere near what I did last week. I did some damage last week and only gained 2 pounds. I did not mean to slurp. This week, I ate too much. But I'm telling you, maybe I did eat 6 pounds worth. Too many cheese sticks. We didn't go out and eat. We did not go out and eat. I cooked at home both days. The only thing I went out and got was I got me some McDonald's French fries. I started thinking about you, Michelle. I'm pretty sure that's what you said you liked. And a chocolate milkshake. And then I went to Bojangles to get me a sweet potato pie. That's the only thing I ate out this week. The rest of the week, I was just eating stuff at home. Just like I said, I think I ate too many cheese sticks. I can't think what all I scrounged around to eat. I didn't go off on the nuts, eating them too much. So that wasn't a thing. I can't think. I just ate too much, I guess. Now, like I said, I'm not trying to gain weight between now and weight loss surgery. I'm trying. There's still some things I've got to have before I have that surgery. There are still some things that I've got to have. And I will have them. And if it causes a weight gain, then it's just going to cause a weight gain. That's all I know to say about it. So that's where we're at this week. Yay, I'm such an inspiration. No. But I don't know what else to say about it. So I ain't going to say nothing else about it. Listen, got my CPAP machine. Ooh, I'm sleeping so much better. I thought the appointment, because they said they were so back ordered, I thought they were just giving us appointments to show us how to work it, so when it come in, you would know how to do it. No, when I walked in and I saw these 4 boxes, there was 4 of us in the little class, all together. I saw those 4 boxes. I'm like, is he really fixing to give us a CPAP machine? And sure enough, he did. Oh, it's so nice and compact, and you can't even hear it running. You can't hear it running. And it's so much more efficient than the last ones. The hose is even heated. Before, it's just heated the tank, which heated the water. And this way, the hose is heated, and it regulates how much heat you need. It regulates how much humidity you need. It's awesome. And they get it Bluetooth. You don't have to plug in no little thing and read nothing off to them. They get it wirelessly. I don't know, not Bluetooth, wirelessly. So it has really been helping me sleep. Now, at first, I slept a few days, 9 hours. I'm like, I told David, I said, can you see how sleep deprived I was? I slept with my mask on for 9 hours. Well, then all of a sudden, I started getting up at 4. I'm like, oh, let's please don't get back into that. There was one day that when I slept that 9 hours, I went nonstop running around this house, working, cleaning, doing things till 11:30 at night. I'm like, oh, okay. I can live with this. I'm going to get stuff done. And then here comes that 4 o'clock. Sitting over there, 5 o'clock, dozing off. I was like, here we go again. So it has been back and forth between 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30. This morning it was a little before 6 o'clock, maybe 5:45. But I'm going to tell you, this week I've been tired because Monday I had Jacob because Holly's having to go to the chiropractor. So Monday I had Jacob. Tuesday and Wednesday I had Sebastian. Today I'll have Jacob. Tomorrow we're going birthday shopping. Saturday we're having a birthday party. And Sunday we're taking Sebastian back. Well, I told y'all the other day that RJ's girlfriend had a real close friend of hers that died, and she was young. And so their funeral they have to go to is, that sounds terrible, they have to go to. The funeral is Sunday, which was Sebastian's day to go back, so me and David are taking him. Well, that's a 10-hour round trip, so add that to the end of my week. Listen, I'm already dragging. I can't hardly pick these legs up. These legs feel like tree trunks. I'm telling you right now, I can't hardly drag these bad boys around. But I got to. I got things I got to do. Momo's got Momo duties. So, speaking of Momo duties, I had the Pampered Chef ice shaver. Kept forgetting. Every time Sebastian would be here, I kept forgetting about them snow cones. And so the last time he was here, I said, Sebastian, when you come back, you remind me about the snow cones. You tell Momo that we're going to make snow cones because Momo will forget. I want you to know I am not even exaggerating in the least little bit. When he walked in the door Tuesday, the first thing he walked over to me was, I want snow cones. I'm like, snow cones you shall have. So I made that before he got here a month ago. The snow cone syrup, and I put it on a little video. If you, I'll try to link it. Okay, I'll try to link it. When you edit, you hear yourself say it, and you're like, okay, remember. But then when you go to upload it and fix it up on YouTube, that's when you forget. So when you hear some of us say, I'll link it up in the cards below, or I'll link it down below, we forget. We do. It's an honest mistake all of us make. Well, I made that snow cone syrup. I had an orange one and a blue one. He had never had a snow cone. He has never. I didn't have any of the snow cone little, cups. So I told him, I said, well, they come in this little cup and you can, round it up and you eat it like this. I said, but we have to put it in a bowl and eat it with a spoon. He said that was fine with him. So I got the ice, and I never got it out of the little container, got it in there. I let him crank it a little bit. It got a little bit hard for him, so I cranked it the rest of the way, and he sat there and he watched that stuff come out. So I said, you want orange and blue? I said, you want a little bit of both? He said, yeah, both. So I did blue on one side and orange on the other side. He took one bite and looked at me and went, Listen, this kid, he has such, emotion that he lets loose on his face. I think he gets it. I think he gets it honest, because I know when I watch these videos back, when I'm in here editing, I'm like, girl. My mama used to tell me that I made the most faces of anybody she ever knew. I'm just a very animated person, and it comes out on my face. I don't know how to stop it. Anyway, so he took that bite. He took some more bites. I said, well, let me taste it, because I didn't know if the syrup was right, if it was too sour. I didn't know. So I took a bite. I'm like, oh, that really is good. And I took, a bite of each flavor. I'm like, oh, that is good. So he stood up where we sit. I sit here and he sits here. That's his spot on the table. We was having a dinner one day, some kind of get together, and RJ sat in that chair, and Sebastian says, that's my chair. We were putting him in a little stool, like in between us. He kept saying, but that's my chair. And we're like, but Daddy needs to sit in that chair, and you need to sit on the stool. So finally he got over it. He sat on the stool. He wasn't ugly about it. He was just like, that's my chair. Why are you sitting in my chair? Because ever since he's been coming here and being able to sit in a little high chair, that's been his spot. He's like Sheldon. He's got a spot. That's his spot. So he stood up, pulled that chair in, because I was sitting on my side, and he pulled that chair around, and he goes, pushed that bowl over in between us. He goes, here. He said, we can both eat it. So you better know I sat there and ate snow cone with that little boy. Now, I didn't eat 6 pounds worth of snow cone because I didn't want to eat up all his treat. But I'd go in there. I had a handful of spoonfuls. You know what I mean. It was very good. And he would eat like all the stuff off the top, because I didn't saturate it, because it shaves it so fine that it like soaks it up. So I didn't saturate it to melt it. So I would like squirt it on and let him eat like the color off the top, and then squirt on some more. And he ate every bite of it. And then he goes, I don't want to use my spoon. I want to drink it. I'm like, well, go ahead. So he turned that bowl up. He enjoyed every single bite of that snow cone. Well, then we go to the grocery store yesterday. And you know what he wants, he going to get. Y'all seen, if y'all looked at my grocery haul, y'all seen what he got. We were walking down through there, and we come up to the bakery. The first part you go in is the produce, and then the bakery. So we got through with the produce, and we was coming up towards the bakery. I said, okay, now, just whatever kind of snack you want today, you can get your snack. He goes, I want donuts. I'm like, okay, you can have donuts. And he turned around there and went grabbing a box of like glazed donuts. I'm like, oh, I thought you meant your white powdery donuts. You're like, no, he wanted the glazed donuts this time. So he got the glazed donuts, and he got a can of letters. That's the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. He got a can of that, and he got some big box of Sonic fruit snacks, because he's all into Sonic. Mega Man and Sonic. That's who he is this year. Last year, Transformers. This year, Mega Man and Sonic. He plays those games nonstop. He watches those little cartoon videos on his black tablet. That's what he calls my Fire. He was on an orange one. And then when I quit using my black tablet, because, I got my laptop and I wasn't using that in there, I said, well, ain't no sense in him seeing the little one when he can see the bigger one. So that's his black tablet. Everything he's got, that's his room, that's his bed. So he knows. He knows. So he'll sit like at the table when he's going to sit over there. He has to eat everything at the table, because I used to let him sit in the floor and eat, watching his little shows, and boy, he can make a mess. And I'm just not got the energy to clean up all the little crumbs and this and that every single time. So I make him eat all his stuff at the table, and I make him drink his drinks at the table, because he spilled drinks before, which luckily he drinks water and milk. So the worst he has ever spilled on my floor is milk. And Jacob, he puts milk on my floor every time he's here, because he holds them bottles upside down. He's got this thing where he does now. He'll take a drink and he'll just go. I don't know why he does it. He does it on purpose. It's not because he's drinking too much. He does it on purpose. Anyway, Sebastian, he'll take his little tablet over there, and I have a round thing in the middle of my table that I have my like plasticware, my straws, and my napkins, my cloth napkins folded up, my salt and pepper, and it's like on a Lazy Susan in this pretty little galvanized tray. He'll prop that tablet up on there, and he'll sit there, and sometimes when he's through eating, he'll just sit there and just keep watching and everything like that. But that little Jacob, now let me tell you, that little thing, he's walking. Now he'll still, when he falls, he'll take off crawling, if he wants to get to something. But 9 times out of 10, when he falls, he'll just stand right back up and keep it getting it. Well, he loves to walk holding your hand. You can walk around my island, all the way around it, up and down the hall in Sebastian's room. That's where the toy box is. So he'll stand up. He will reach up and grab your hand. You don't have to grab his hand. He will reach up to you and grab your hand. And if you happen to take his other hand, his left hand, he will switch. He will grab, let loose, put the other hand in that, and then walk with his right hand. That's what Holly said. That's what he does to her. So he walked me up and down this hall, in and out that room in yonder, into that toy box, in the kitchen, in the living room. That little boy walked my legs off. Then every now and then he'd stop and hold his arms up, wanting you to pick him up. And I'm going to tell you what, he's all of 25 pounds. He's every ounce of it if he's a pound. I can't wait to see when he goes for his year checkup exactly how much he weighs. But you can see the little rolls on his arms. He just stands there and he's just got little rolls. He don't have to flex them and make them scrunch up. She sent me a picture from the park yesterday, soaking wet. He had been up in the water from somewhere. And he's just standing there, roll, roll, roll. He's just such a little chonk. But I don't know. That's just the fun I've been having with my little babies. Oh, and I told you the other day my colonoscopy. I'll tell you again in case everybody don't watch every video. So sometimes if I repeat things, it's because I know that the different style of videos I have, everybody don't watch every one of them. So pretty much everybody watches way because everybody wants to see what happened. But my colonoscopy, okay, so I tried all week to get my prep supplies. Supposed to have 2 jugs. Oh my gosh, these are 1 liter jugs. I have to drink one night, and it's not an all day drinking situation. I don't start drinking till 4 o'clock, and I can't drink it fast because it said it can make you sick and nauseous. So you have to drink so much in this amount of time. Like, I think the first liter is in the first hour. A liter of some kind of nasty, this is different from the last one, so I don't know what they give you a little lemon pack to mix in with it. So, I don't know what that tells you. Says you could do Crystal Light, but this come with the lemon pack with it. So the first hour you got to drink a liter. That's half of a bottle of Coca-Cola or something like that. Who can drink that much in an hour? Especially when you can't guzzle it down just to get rid of it. Well, then you got 1 jug for one day, 1 jug for the next day. Well, the pharmacist, I got a thing in my text that said the thing was on back order. And I called the pharmacist. I said, well, I've got to have this by Friday because I have to start doing the prep on Saturday. Well, it's a back order from the manufacturer. Well, then lo and behold, the next day, I get it. But I only get 1 bottle. So I get home when I opened the package because I didn't know what I was expecting. I opened the package and I read my instructions. I'm like, okay. I called the pharmacy, and as luck would have it, the pharmacist answered the phone. And I told him, I said, I'm supposed to have another jug. He goes, well, the prescription says so. I'm like, well, no, I know I'm supposed to have another one. Well, it says drink 4. I'm like, yeah, but I know I'm reading the thing right here. I have 1 jug one day, 1 jug the next day. He goes, well, I had to send something over to the doctor's office, but we'll keep it on order. So if they say that that's how it's supposed to be, I'm like, well, to myself, I didn't really say it to him. I'm like, well, that's how it's supposed to be. Then you'll have it. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Didn't come in Wednesday. Let's see, I got that Tuesday, I think. Didn't come in Wednesday. Didn't come in Thursday. So I called him Friday. Did my thing come in? He goes, no. I'm like, well. Then I guess you're saying I need to reschedule because you're not going to get it in today. He said, that's correct. I messaged your doctor and I didn't get anything back from him. Well, in the interim of talking to him, I have called the doctor. The first time I called and said, they said they were sending something over to you. I need my other jug. Then Friday, I called and I said, never mind, at the place right now, I don't need it today because I have to reschedule. And I had to tell the girl on the phone that answered the phone, and I said, because of blah, blah, blah. Well, let me get you over to somebody that can do that. Okay? Well, they didn't get my birthday, and I left a message with this girl, and she didn't call me back, right? Nobody got my birthday. I'm supposed to be at the hospital at like 8:30, I think it was, Monday morning. I don't want a cancellation fee when I have tried to let them know that, hey, not my fault, but I can't prep. Then Saturday, I don't know where I was, but I didn't get the message until too late. Somebody was working Saturday, seen that I had left a message and said, this is what her message said. You've already rescheduled and it's Monday at 9:30. No. That's not how this is supposed to go. So, called her back. She wasn't there. Couldn't get her voicemail. I'm like, well, I told David I'm going to call him first thing Monday morning. Let him know. Hey, so 8 o'clock come. I called. Had to leave another message for the exact same person they sent me to last time. Didn't get to talk to a person this time. Went straight to pick your number, hitting voicemail. I said, okay, I've tried to let y'all know I cannot be there today. This is why. I said, I do not want a cancellation fee because this is not my fault, and I have tried to let y'all know. Well, then I go Monday. Where did I go? No, not Monday. Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. Where had I went? I'm like, that don't make sense if I went and got my groceries because I get my groceries on Wednesday, but I talked to them on Monday. That's because I put in an order for party food, right? So I went and picked up my order at Walmart, and I had just backed in the driveway. I was standing at the back of my car, just lifted the lid, and the phone rang. It was David. I'm like, oh, he must be wanting me to get him something while I'm out. I picked up the phone. I started laughing. I'm like, yes. He goes, hey, I got these gastro people on the phone. I'm like, well, I am in the driveway. Bless his heart. He was going to, because he knows what a trouble I've been having to get a hold of them. He had her on this phone and had me on this phone, and he was going to try to relay the messages. I'm like, well, I am in the driveway. I will be in. So he met me at the door with the phone. I get on the phone with this girl, and she's like, I am so angry with your pharmacy. I'm like, well, yeah. I said, I sure didn't get them on. She goes, I know I wrote that prescription, and I know I wrote it right. I remember it. I know I did. And she's like, I'm just so angry with them. She goes, maybe we can try a different pharmacy. I'm like, well, I would have to look it up because my insurance pays for CVS and some little hometown places. No Walgreens, nothing like that. So she said, let me pull up your prescription. She pulls it up. She goes, oh, well, I'm getting hot. Listen, I'm having these hot flashes. Hold on just a minute. I do not know. At first, I thought maybe the Ozempic was causing it. But since I'm not taking it, I don't know what has caused these little hot, that's what they are. They're hot flashes. My face is sweating. I can feel it. And it's not menopause because that ship sailed 8 years ago. That, no, that's a done deal right there. Well, anyway, we'll get another pharmacy. Let me look at the prescription. Oh, well, I didn't write that one. That was so-and-so, whatever her name was. She goes, and she's not here anymore. I said, oh, okay. She goes, she wrote it wrong. She did only write it for one. She said she worked here before, and then she quit. And she said for some reason they hired her back, and she only stayed a week. I said, well, she knew she was leaving, and she didn't care if she did it right or not. So she said, I will send over your prescription. I said, yeah, we can keep it with my regular pharmacy. She said, I'll send it over for another one. She said, and you just hold on to it. And then she rescheduled me, and I can't go till October. So I'm pushed out another month, yeah, because it's the first week of October. Well, she sends it into CVS. Here comes this text. Your prescription for blah blah has been placed on order. We'll let you know when it comes in. So maybe between now and October, I will get it. But she said, I will put on there generic is fine. You don't have to have the name brand. She said, I don't care what it's called. I don't care what they named it. She said, you can have it. So I don't know if I'll get the same thing I got now. If I'll get two different things, I don't know. So I told David, I said, it's the little colonoscopy that could. At least it's not a requirement for my surgery. This is my time. It's been 10 years since I had one, so it's time to have another one. So that's the only thing. So anyway, I think that's all I know. Let me tell you, me and Sebastian, we got there and blow bubbles. Whew, you talking about hot? It's hot out there. Well, we went out yesterday. As soon as we went out, I heard this. Hey, Kim. I try to look. Hey, Kim. Sebastian said, did you hear that? It freaked him out. I'm like, yes, I did hear that. The only place I could think it would come from was down at my cousin's house. And I'm down there, I'm looking. I don't see nobody. Ain't nobody moving. Ain't nobody waving. Ain't no little body standing nowhere. Now, I never heard it again. I kept looking down there. Nobody else on this block would. These people over here, well, they know my name, but they not going to talk to me. These people over here, they don't know my name. They don't know me from Adam's house cat. The people in the front don't. The one man does, but he don't talk like that. So, listen. People don't need to be talking to me out on the porch when I don't know, when I don't know where it's coming from. I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that at all. I don't want that to happen again because it was creepy. That's Sebastian's word, creepy. Things are creepy. But, so, me and David's going Sunday. I drive everywhere. David said he'll drive both ways. I said, because I can't get in my passenger side. He has to reach over and get my leg. I told him, he said, well, you have to figure out a way to get in there. He said, because I'll drive both ways. I'm like, well, honey, you drive all the time anyway. He goes, well, it don't matter. So I said, I'll wear my capri pants, my clam diggers, so you'll have something to grab onto to jerk my leg up into the vehicle. Because we'll be stopping to go to the bathroom and take Sebastian to the bathroom. And I'll be getting in and out. And we'll be stopping for eating. And, I don't know. But I kind of like to take road trips by myself, but even RJ told me he didn't want me to be out there by myself for 10 hours. So it's good to know that they worry about me. I told David, I said, I wasn't even going to ask you because you had already said you had things you wanted to do Sunday. He said, there ain't nothing so pressing I can't go up yonder. So that's how that shook out. I was going to say shaked out. That's how it shaked out. Y'all remember Shakedown? Where'd that come from? Andy Griffith. When they had them criminals in the jailhouse and they was wanting to try to escape. And you know Barney wants to be, and he goes, we've been here and we ain't even had a shakedown. Barney, he's not looking at him. He goes, shakedown. Okay, come on. So that's the shakedown of my trip on Sunday. But I will try to, I don't know, I honestly don't know when I will be back. I might try to do sometimes I get tired of doing two vehicles. Where did that come from? 2 vehicles, 2 videos in a day. Sometimes I get tired of doing one a day. I'll just be honest with you. But I've started making videos this past week. Get halfway up through the day, and I'm just like, too tired. I got up even through supper one day, and I'm like, I ain't going back there and edit this video. Don't feel like it. So, it does get tiring. If you ever wonder why some of your favorite YouTubers ever take a break, it's because it really does get tiring sometimes. Always having something to do, because when I'm sitting here talking to you, it doesn't stop there. This is the easy part. Just sitting here running my mouth. This is the easy part. Stick a camera up here, start talking. Hey y'all. How you doing? Who's that? Medea. I ain't gonna make you answer it. I'll just answer it for you. How y'all doing? No. What'd she say? Hello, that's it. We had a supervisor back when me and David met at the trucking company that we met at. We had terminal manager there. Country as country could be. And he was not really older. He was probably in his 60s at that time. And he would walk around and he was always picking at his pants out of his butt. We never could figure out why he was always holding on to his pants in the back. And he walked by, how you boys doing tonight? So we had this one guy who could do, he could mimic anybody. He could do what's the word I'm looking for? He could copy anybody. He would go walking down picking his butt. He go, hey, how y'all doing tonight? I guess you had to be there, but this was a funny man. He was a great terminal manager. And, every time you get a good one, they would leave. That's what happens over at David's work. Every time he gets a good one, then they leave. The very best terminal manager he had was the one when he started in 2003. His very favorite, the most fair, the most diligent, the hardest working, the one that made sure everything went the way it was supposed to be. Everybody was treated fairly. All the rules were, followed. Everything was done the way it's supposed to be. And his assistant. Both of those were the best. And there's a girl over there now. She the terminal manager said, come and go. He got moved up the ladder. He was just, he was just too good. They needed him at other places because he was too good to be stuck down at terminal manager. They moved him on up. He's some bigwig now. And his assistant went with him. And boy, that was sad too. Because golly, Pete, you needed something, you tell that girl, boom. Paperwork, something filled out, she didn't mess up vacation days, she didn't mess up personal days, paperwork that you need to fill out for this, that, and the other. She was on the ball. So it ain't never been the same since they left. And that was, like I said, they was there how long they was there after he started, but it's just gone up and down ever since he left. Listen, there's this one boy that works with him. He will go to the terminal manager if you look at him crooked. He will run. He will run to the terminal manager. You used to have to do that because there was nothing unfair done. You know, all their practices were proper on the up and up. The drivers were treated fairly. You know, not one was seen as any better than the other. And now it's just like, oh, this is happening. Well, I'm going to so and so about it because you know the names change all the time. I'm going to so and so. David said, "Well, he's at it again. He's going to the terminal manager." But them boys, they are like, oh my gosh, it sounds sexist to say it, but they are like a bunch of women. They get on their little phone calls. And David said, I don't know how they do it, but they get on these little party lines. David, you know, he's old school. These little party lines. They conference call. 4 to 5 of them. They conference call. And that's what they do all night is talk to each other and talk about each other and talk about every other driver in the company. They are gossiping hens. I'm sorry, women. It's that's the stereotype. I can't help it. They got their little things on, the little Bluetooth things on, because you have to have. You can't. If you're caught holding the phone while you're driving in a big truck, woo, you're gonna get your little hind end in trouble. So they have to have their little headsets on, their little Bluetooth, whatever they use. They have to have that on. But yeah, he's in that group. He's in that little group of that little gaggle of geese. It's funny. David, he don't talk to nobody about nothing. He talks, he's friendly, he's cordial, he'll talk, truck and stuff to other drivers and whatnot, but they don't know his business. That's why this is not what I do here on YouTube. I don't put it out. My friends don't know. That's why if you're friends with me on Facebook, if you ever put anything about my channel on my Facebook page, if you comment or anything, I'm gonna hide it, because my friends don't know, because David's work don't know. It sounds so dumb to say, but I'm private. David, he is super private. I can't even believe it. He talks about his work and wears a work hat while he's on here doing tags, because he is so private. He don't want them at work knowing none of his business. None of his business. That's the same way I feel about my friends in real life. I don't want them knowing my business. Y'all are different. I don't know if it's because y'all can't judge me. Oh, y'all can judge me. Obviously, y'all can judge me. But there's something different about people in real life knowing and then y'all knowing. It's like I don't want them knowing my beeswax. I just don't. So I could have more subscribers, because I got a lot of friends from high school. I got a lot of friends on Facebook. Listen, they will subscribe just to be nosy, just to see what I'm doing, because you're always curious about what's going on with your high school classmates as you get on up. Even though 60 years old, we still worry about what's that classmate doing. Isn't that ridiculous? So, yeah. If this got out over there, David would be mortified. Not mortified that embarrassed of me. No, nothing like that. He's not embarrassed of me at all. Mortified that these people would know his business and they could go back and they could watch him on tag videos. No, he couldn't handle that, because he don't like them knowing his business. He's there to do a job, put in his time, and come home. Do his job to the best of his ability, which he does. He's an excellent truck driver. He loves to drive a truck, although now they got automatics. He has never understood why they went to automatics. He said people sitting up in an office somewhere and ain't never driven a truck. He said they took all the fun out of it. He said he's just riding down the road. No gear change and none of that, no clutch work, none of that fun stuff, which he still can't imagine doing anything else other than driving a truck. But they took away the fun part of truck driving. And so, anyway, how in the world do we get on all that kind of subjects? I'm going to hush my mouth up now. Today I will have Jacob. Well, this morning, first thing, he had to fix the toilet because the back was not filling up. It was just psh, 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 and would not fill up because it was just spurting out water. That little water part was broke. So he had to fix the toilet. Now, yesterday, when he got up from last night, night before last, I said, well, oh, okay. I thought maybe my phone was quitting on me or something. She got something else to fix. He just looked at me. Because he's already got to get the yard mowed before the party. I pointed up. The overhead light in the kitchen. And it's one of those, the light fixture burns out. It's not a bulb. It's the whole light fixture is the bulb and everything on itself. So we got to go this morning when he gets home and pick out a new light fixture, which I'll probably just get the same old thing because that one lasted for many, many, many years. Lasted longer than bulbs would have lasted by far, unless it's those LED type bulbs or whatever. So we got to do that this morning. It'd be nice if we had one that matched over the kitchen table because it's straight across, directly in line over in the middle of the kitchen, and there's one over the kitchen sink. So that'd be pretty, but that thing is put in here in 2009. You know good and well there ain't no light fixture out there that looks the same as one from 2009. So I'll probably just try to find the same old thing. It's fine. But that's what I got to do today, and then I'll get Jacob this afternoon. And then the weekend begins. Oh, I got to order the cupcakes. She's going to get her cupcakes from Publix. We were going to get them from Sam's, but then she said that she could swing by Publix and pick them up. So I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do. So I got to get that order put in. And that's all I'll talk about today. So what do we do? 312.6 for a gain of 6 pounds. Boo hiss. 64.5. I thought I was going to get the Tudor video before my surgery. Well, I still could because I don't know when my surgery is going to be. It ain't going to be tomorrow, so I still got time. But I don't really see it happening now without those Ozempic and with trying to eat up some things that I want to eat up and get out of my system. You know, I don't see me getting down there. I don't. When I go next Tuesday is my nutritionist appointment. That's what will happen. Nutritionist, chart review, insurance, approval, scheduling. That's all I got left. But when I do the nutritionist visit, I will come on and give you another video just about that alone. The ones, you know, I've done before about on the road to bariatric surgery. I'll do one about the nutritionist too. So, like I say, I don't know when's the next time I'll see you. What is today? Oh, there won't be no meal prep. I didn't say that on my menu plan, but I meant to. I figured y'all could read the writing on the wall. Won't be no meal prep this week, so I won't have no meal prep to do. Won't be no tag. We didn't do the tag. I meant to tell y'all the other day, we didn't do the tag because we don't have diners. So there was no use to do a tag about something we don't have. The closest thing we have to a diner, the closest, and it's not even a diner, would be the Waffle House. And it's not a diner, it's just a Waffle House. They don't have, you know, because when I watched people's videos, I learned what a diner was. And it was surprising how a lot of them have the same answers as far as generic things about the diner. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a specific diner thing. So that's why we didn't do it. We couldn't even have faked our way through it. Even if we tried. So we don't have a tag this week. So I won't see you for that. So unless I come up with something to talk about between now and then, I don't reckon I'll see you till. And I need a video somehow to show you Holly's little birthday decorations. I don't know. I'm going to end the video here and just say what I say. See you when I see you.